Okay guys, today we're going to be talking about home defense without guns, and we're also going to be talking about some home defense tips. But first off, before you do anything, make sure your local laws allow it, okay? Now, why not guns? First off, I own guns. I think they're great for home defense, but some people don't have guns. Some people think guns are expensive. Some people don't like guns, and there can be there can be major legal issues in some areas when using guns to defend yourself. So that's basically why I decided to do this video. Alright guys, first tip, call 911. That's the best. Then continue on with whatever you gotta do. So first off, let's look at some blunt weapons. First off, we got the Cold Steel Indian War Club. A great weapon, used in battle, tried and tested, just really effective. And it has that little stud at the front, so you can do a lot of damage with that. Then we got a baseball bat. Everyone has one of these. You don't need much training with it. Still a really effective weapon. You got a tire iron. Two different batons, both police batons. This is a little bit of an older one. That's a new one. And then we got the Cold Steel Shambach. Hurts a lot when you're hit with it. All great blunt weapons. Machetes and swords. Both very deadly weapons. Can do a lot of damage. Tomahawks and hatchets. These I think are sort of best of both worlds. They have the weight of a blunt weapon and they have the sharp edge like a machete or a sword. So this, in my opinion, it would probably be your best bet in properly defending yourself. This is probably the most, these things are probably the most effective weapons that you have or that you can get. Okay, so knives are good, but they wouldn't be my first option because I have a lot of other options, and with the knives you really have to get up close and personal with the person. So if I had to choose a knife, I'd choose one of these. Let me show you. Something like this, like large blade. This is a Cold Steel 1917 Frontier Bowie knife. Or even something like this, any big knife. This is a zombie survivor knife. Yeah, so these two are really good options. Sprays are also a good option. Got bear spray, got pepper spray. This can go up to 18 feet, so I'd much rather use this than one of these pepper sprays. Another thing, guys, if possible, keep a weapon in each room. Because say, for example, you're in your basement, you're doing something, and then you hear a potential break-in on the main floor, and you keep your baseball bat at the top floor in your bedroom. So that's really not going to help you at all. It's best to have, you know, one weapon in your basement, couple on the main floor, one in each bedroom upstairs. So yeah, keep that in mind. Alright, so here we have a few air guns. I don't recommend using air guns for your home defense. They're ineffective, they can be really unreliable. I know in some cases people have defended their homes with an air gun. They pointed it and people have been scared off, or they shot the intruder and, you know, they fell down in pain. But, you know, just don't risk it. Now the main thing is, guys, use what you're most comfortable with. Now, for example, if someone is you know, they're on the farm, they're cutting wood all day, they would prefer to use a hatchet. A pro baseball player might like to use a baseball bat. Say if someone is weaker and they can't use something like this effectively, they would like to use the spray. If there, for example, is a soldier and he's been training with knives all his life, or, you know, he went through basic training and they taught him how to use a K-bar knife or something like that, they would go for the knife. But yeah, basically, use what you like, use what you're comfortable with, use what you think is most effective. Now the best thing before it gets physical is to prevent everything from happening. So we're going to talk about some home defense tips and how to make your home a fortress, basically. Okay, first off, install cameras back and front. That's the camera I use. I'll put a link in the description. Preferably one of those mobile Wi-Fi cameras. The one I have, you can pull up your phone and see who or what is outside your house, and can be used sort of like an intercom. So you can actually go on your phone and actually speak to someone who is outside. They'll hear you through the speaker on the camera. And it has some, the camera that I'm using, it has motion sensors. So an alarm sound comes when it detects motion. So it's a really good option. Another thing is you can also put dummy cameras with flashing lights. You can use them if you want. It's a little bit of a cheaper option, but they are really good, and mostly they do deter criminals. both options, the real camera and the dummy camera. Another thing is the front and back motion sensor lights. So keep the motion sensor on, and so then when someone passes by or there's any movement, the lights would come on. Another good thing is one of these door and window entry alarms. Just buy a whole bunch of these. They're like $3 or something on eBay. Just put them on your windows, and if someone tries to open the window, the alarm will sound. Just buy a bunch of these and put them all around. It's really good. Cheap and effective. Some more tips, add extra locks. It'll make it more difficult for someone to break into your front door. 3 locks. Buy a door security bar. You can find them at Home Depot. It makes it impossible for someone to kick in the front door. For the back sliding glass doors, put a dowel so it can't be pried open. Goes without saying, always make sure your doors and windows are kept locked. Get a good home security system, and another thing you should do is place all of the stickers around your house for the security system. That is a really good deterrent. Security company sticker. Panic rooms with reinforced doors is a good idea as well for your family to hide in while you go and deal with the issue. Your keys are really good as well. Keep them beside your bed. Say for example you hear a noise or potential break-in, press the panic button on your key. The alarm will sound, your car will make a lot of noise, and probably the whole neighborhood will come out to see what's going on, and it'll scare away the intruder. Last thing is beware of some traps. Some common traps used by home invaders and other bad men are like the faucet trap, where they turn on the faucet outside your house, you come out to investigate, and they get you. Another one is they get a speaker or something and place it outside your door with the sound of a baby crying. You go out to investigate, and then, they get you. Another one is just as simple as someone comes to your door asking you something, and then they force their way in. Okay, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. If you have any more home security tips or good weapon ideas, just let me know in the comments. I'll take a look.